Hey everybody! We are the two white chicks in China, and we are back again with another product review to help you improve your Chinese learning.
That we are, yeah. So this week we are going to review ChinesePod. Now, I'm sure most of you have come across ChinesePod in somewhere or another. Way back, they were originally like just audio podcasts, basically, and I used them quite a bit. Did you, Nora?
I did try it out, yes.
So this is now ChinesePod have now got videos, and they're really great video platform for you to learn Chinese. So here we are. This is once you have created an account, you can create a free account, and this is like the dashboard, and you get 100 free lessons.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But they have literally thousands of video lessons for every single, like for every level. They've got, I mean, not just like beginner, intermediate, and like advanced. They have like 5 or 6 levels. You know, it's really extensive, and so there are different levels of subscriptions that we will talk about in our blog post later on. So you have to wait for that. Okay, so let's just look at the dashboard for now. So they give us these free lessons, and they're updating all the time. So you can see that they've got the latest lessons down here. That was the 5th of January, so that was only a couple of days ago.
Are these the free lessons? Are they all different levels, or are they all in one?
They're all different levels. Yeah, that's really cool. And talking of which, this is something I really like. They have these little tags underneath all their videos, so you can see the levels, and you can click on those, and you can see more videos under that specific level.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's really nice. So the videos don't just look at like vocabulary; they'll look at different like grammar patterns, and also this is like a new thing they've started, which is they're kind of interviewing people on how they study Chinese, which is quite
really
cool.
Useful.
Yeah, I think so. So maybe I can just click on the lesson. Let's see. Maybe just go on here, and I really like that they've got this like a standard class. Like every class is pretty much the same. They always have these two presenters. Fiona seems to have been around for a long time. I think even she did the podcasts, I think, at some point. And then sometimes they've got another Chinese teacher or presenter, or sometimes it's also a foreigner, often like a guy. Anyway, so they've got like
Hi, 你好，我是 Fiona.
This sort of introduction where they'll introduce themselves, but when they're doing vocabulary, they constantly repeat the vocabulary over and over again.
Oh, nice.
And there's, you know, they'll bring up the Chinese in the. I'm just gonna turn the volume down for a sec. When they're explaining what they're talking about, they'll bring up the Chinese on the video. So they'll introduce the vocabulary they're going to talk about, and underneath, this is really cool. Once you watch the video, or even before, they have all this information, like the dialogue, so you can, all the sentences and the vocabulary they've taught you, you can then review here. Now, some of these features are free, some of them are part of the subscription, and you can even, I think there's a way to download it as like a document or whatever, so you can practice it. I'm sure I saw that before.
It's got this save to deck, so I'll bet you that you have like some kind of flashcards.
Yeah, you do. I think they have like a tools section, so you can go up here, and they have tools, and they have, I guess that's where, if you save to deck, I think that's where that goes. And yeah, they have like practice, and they also have this comment section, so that if you have any problems, you can leave a message, and they'll get back to you quite quickly, I think.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So what's everything on the left-hand side then?
So you can actually download the files, and you can listen to, obviously there's video here, but you can actually just listen to the audio, and you can download those files. If you have the like a subscription, there's also an app, and so you can, I guess, download everything onto the app and just go.
You can download just the audio?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think perhaps you can download both. But I haven't checked. But I guess from looking at the downloads, you can download the lesson PDFs as well. So that's kind of cool.
That is cool. So do they have like a structure, like you should do this lesson first and then this lesson, or do they just have a level and then you kind of pick and choose the topics that you want?
Basically, from what I've seen, when you go to, say, the newbie section, for example, it will advise you, because they have like hundreds of lessons. So they'll say here, this is kind of cool, that they'll recommend that you study like X amount of lessons if you're a newbie, for example. But no, there's no like path that you follow. You just pick and choose which ones you want to study.
Because I wonder, because people who are just starting to learn Chinese, first they have to learn the pinyin, right, and the pronunciation. Right. So we'd have to kind of find those videos.
I'm sure that they address all of those things. But obviously it's a massive database. So but it's not, I think you would have to use this in conjunction with another like study resource, I guess, because it's not actually saying like start with this. It's not a curriculum, exactly. It's sort of like just to aid you, and I mean that it has like pros and cons. I like the fact that you can say, for example, as a whole, even I don't class myself as a newbie, but I can imagine having just a quick peek and thinking, oh, like I could really do with like recapping on this particular area. So I'm not sort of like restricted to just follow a certain curriculum, I think.
Yeah, I think with a lot of self-study tools, this is a similar way to do it, because people don't know, like whoever is creating the tools, they're not sure what your level is to begin with, so it's hard for them to offer you, okay, you need to do this, this, and this. Like any of these tools, I think it's not really a replacement for a teacher.
No.
But it looks like there's a lot of cool stuff on here that will definitely help.
Yeah,
Chinese.
absolutely. Yeah.
The last time I checked them out was years ago, and it was just, they had just started getting into video, but now it looks much more polished, and
yes,
like you said, they repeat the vocabulary a lot, which is great, because I think we've mentioned in other videos and in the podcast before that one of our issues with Chinese teachers here is just that they teach Chinese students, like native Chinese students, and that they just throw a bunch of vocabulary at you and then expect you to learn all those words at home by yourself. And I think for most of us who are busy and or just don't have this, like me, don't have the discipline to sit at home every night for an hour and a half, or even an hour, or even half an hour, practicing the vocabulary over and over again, this kind of thing is really useful to just hear it in the moment several times, used in different ways. Yeah. Especially when you see people doing, somehow it's, for me at least, watching the videos, it makes it more tangible a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. And
very cool.
Something I forgot to mention earlier, Fiona in particular is very good at like looking at sort of patterns, like how to remember, how to like with the tones and things. Like this is the one I was looking at the other day, this family members one, because family members in Chinese, like how it's so difficult.
It's so difficult.
Because there's so many names for your dad's side of the family. Everyone has a different name for grandma, granda, and it's the same for on the mom's side too. So I was curious. This is just a very basic class, which she taught. At some point she's discussing like the tones, and she uses like her hands to sort of explain the different tones, which I think is really really nice.
Yeah, having that visual.
Yeah. And there's something really like
haven't thought of a cool mnemonic for that, but maybe you
very relaxed about the way they do the class, and I feel as though it's
Good.
Yeah, that she uses like this hand thing. And but although they've like really perfected their videos, they look really good. They're still kind of, you feel very comfortable with them. They're relaxed, and they do make mistakes. Like they laugh at the end of the video, and you think, that's, I want to learn with these people.
You feel like they're real.
Yeah, exactly.
People.
It's not just like, oh, robot. Yeah. So that's basic. I mean, there's a lot more to look at here, and you can just sign up for a free account, which there'll be a link with our video and also in our blog post later on. So you can have a look around and see what you think, because there's a lot of stuff here, really. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, we hope you tune in again for our next review.
Yes, and if you've used ChinesePod before and you have any comments about it, please leave them either in the video or also, as Holly mentioned, there'll be a blog post to go along with this.
Yep.
So leave them anywhere. We'll find them. We'd love to hear your feedback as well, because we're
absolutely.
also Chinese learners too.
Yeah, for sure.
And so we're always want to hear people's opinion on the Chinese tools that are out there.
Definitely.
Bye.
Bye.